Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Now, effective tomorrow, gas prices will see their lowest ex-refinery rate since the second week of January. A liter of 87.90 gasoline will sell for $4.50 less. This marks the fifth consecutive week since gas prices fell $4.50. Now, diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will also go down by $4.50. Kerosene is, however, the only category inching up, and that's by 25 cents. Now, $1.17 will be taken off the cost of propane and 50 cents from butane. Fuel prices have been steadily declining due to varying factors, including lower demand on the global market as countries brace for the possible slowdown of the economy. There's some news in insurance now, a warning again for Jamaicans to brace for higher insurance rates. Global insurance companies say local premiums have not kept up with global charges, which could force some reinsurance firms to not take on local risk. That revelation was made at a press briefing today. Jamaicans have been lamenting the cost of insurance for property and motor vehicles, and despite the tight pockets, premiums have been going up. But according to Hugh Barbanel, Senior Managing Director of international firm Ion Insurance, rates have to go higher.
You guys are in the headlights a bit because your rates have not been adequate, and reinsurers have been pressuring for the last couple of years to push up rates.
He says the market dynamics locally did not make it possible, but times have changed.
Before, there was a ton of supply, and it outweighed the demand. So you had a bunch of reinsurers clamoring over the business and giving more competitive terms and looking the other way when rates were not adequate. Now that supply has diminished and their capacity is precious and the demand is higher, pricing goes up.
Some agencies have already been passing on increases, but how high?
20% was the number from last week, by the way. That number doesn't exist anymore. We know of one firm water term in the Bahamas now that went up by 45%. We know that U.S. cap programs and European cap programs have been being quoted at roughly 50% increases. So 20% was last week's number. 20% doesn't exist anymore. It's going to be larger increases on their Cat XL pricing.
Mr. Barbanel says there is the risk of some reinsurers, that is, larger firms which back the risk of local insurance companies leaving the market. Some may not also have the fiscal capacity to take on new risks, a scenario of concern to President of the Insurance Association of Jamaica.
The economy cannot operate without insurance. Business cannot operate without insurance. Because insurance provide suitable, adequate security for loans.
But will rates get lower in the foreseeable future?
Think of you trying to do a business. You probably own a building. The building is an asset that you use as security for the loan. If there's no insurance in it, then the bank is literally giving you a loan that's unsecured. I cannot see the bank risking their balance sheet that way.
It might never go back to the lowest levels that it's been at, because the world is changing. I mean, it's kind of, I think most people have seen more events hitting the Caribbean and storms going from Cat 1s to Cat 5s overnight. So I think some of the rate increases will stay forever.
Let's head to the currency market now. The US dollar is being sold for an average $154.82. $113.91 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. $188.11 for the pound, while it's costing an average $158.43 for the euro. The JSE index gained 3,126 points today, while the junior market index rose by 27 points. Among the winners were Margaritaville Turks, Sagicor Real Estate X Fund, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Blue Power Group and Burrito Investments, while the losers included Cargo Handlers, Community and Workers of Jamaica CCU Deferred Shares, Portland JSX, Jamaica Producers Group and Trans-Jamaican Highway US dollar shares. And that's the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.